Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out. Pleasure to be in the company of Ellie Scotney. Ellie, good to see you. You must be feeling very happy to be making your soon-to-be MVP debut. How are you feeling?
Yeah, likewise. It's good to see you. Although Flexion's let us down, we won't complain. And the dodgy mics, but yeah, it's a blessing, and I'm enjoying every second. You know, we're sitting here, we're 3 weeks out, and I want to go now. Yeah. Generally.
I was hearing you say in your previous interview with Jack Fig that you just shot the message out. Was it a shot in the dark, or did you feel that confident that something was going to come back?
It was a mad one. My boxing career, I could say the change within 6 months been one that if I told you the ends and that, you'd be like, nah, that wouldn't have happened. So it's really gone full circle, and I'm a person of faith, and I believe there's always a greater power that's working. So yeah, just shot the message, and it delivered on all accounts.
Did you get the feeling that there was a bit of momentum because MVP was signing up a lot of female talent? It seemed like that was the direction they're going. As a boxer and as a female boxer, of course, you feel like, look, there is something here for me.
Do you know what? It was weird. The time I kind of reached out, they wasn't making the moves they are now. Right. So it was kind of the start. And I just think, like I say, timing's everything. And I couldn't have timed it better. So yeah, it's been a mad one, but I'm enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying it.
What's your expectation on Mercado then in the opposite corner? How tough a task do you think she'll be?
Do you know, she's someone that I've had my eyes on from when I've had 2 fights in. We tried to make it initially, but you know, she's tough as anything. You see that against Amanda Serrano. She's crude, she's awkward, she's got something that I've probably not seen before in the way she does throw her shots and the way she kind of maneuvers. See that against Ramla. So, and again, she's a champion in herself, same age as me. I think we share the same birthday, I heard. So right. Yeah, that's a little wild fact, but you know, she's a champion and we got a platform, and that in itself is going to bring an extra 10%. But yeah, I'm more than ready.
We get to see you today, obviously, on the pads and doing a session with Shane. How close do you feel to the full package? Do you feel there's more to go with Shane and yourself?
Yeah, as in the full package as a fighter?
No, yeah.
Oh, we just dip toes, and I'm seeing that every fight. He's a phenomenal coach, and you've seen that with everyone. His resume itself speaks, and there's so much for me to learn, and that in itself is exciting. You know, I've had 10 fights, so yeah, although the company I've mixed it in, I'm just getting started, I know that.
So in terms of this being the start of your MVP journey, what is the plan? Have you had the conversation about how many fights, where are we going to see you back in the UK, or is it just an American
I'm putting
venture?
Pressure on. I want to go back to Catford. I'm putting pressure on them all, so the keys to make it happen. But certainly, I feel like most of it will be based in America, and you know, it's kickstarting in the biggest venue I could ask for. So we're going to go MSG back to SE6, I'm hoping. There
is a saying amongst the hardcore boxing fraternity of being a world champion, but also being a British champion, not going out there and fighting away from your own shores. Is that something that you wanted to tick off and have these fights in any area to make sure that, you know, that side can't be attributed to yourself?
Yeah, do you know what? A ring's a ring, whether that's in my back garden or in Madison Square Garden. So that doesn't really tend or anything, but I think if you can go worldwide and you can show, you know, the American, they're a different audience, and they're one that I really truly believe they'll like my style, so I'm excited for it.
It's the green and gold that you will be capturing if you win. As a fighter as well too, is that the one that you imagined lifting when it came to thinking about world titles when you started?
You know what, I want every single one of them, and that's just the next one in line. So, you know, God willing, July 11th, it'll be one step closer to undisputed.
Yeah, and do you think you'll get undisputed by the end of the year, or do you think it'll be something into next year?
Do you know, like, I believe they're the people that will make the fights happen. But again, July 11th, that's the only fight that matters, and that's where my full attention is. Well,
speaking of rivalries, there was, of course, the rivalry between yourself and Sky Nicholson. She's now moved up a weight, I believe. Is
down, I think.
Down, sorry, my apologies. Do you think that's a fight that will happen between you two?
I'm chasing at the minute. Like you see, on July 11th, I'm going one step closer to undisputed, and that'll be the way I'm going. And then it'll be a repeat at featherweight. So, you know, I'm chasing champions. And if she fits into that category, then it will happen, but that's where my eyes are. I'm always moving forward.
In terms of Jake then, as a promoter and as a personality, he started off in kind of the YouTube scene and moved over into professional boxing. I think he's earned his feathers and stripes as a professional fighter. Is that something that you kept tabs on as a professional yourself?
Yeah, do you know what? Like, from when he got into boxing, everyone had their opinions, but I was always someone that, one, he's drawing more attention to, and two, he's changing the game. Like, he's the first to do it on Netflix, and he's repeating it again, but with females. And I think for someone that has the following he does, and he's not just using it for himself, but he's using it to better people. And we've seen female boxing kind of be on the slip at the minute, and he's seen that, and he's dived straight in, knowing that it's a long way to go, but he's willing to put the investment in, and we got to be thankful for that. So yeah.
What do you think female boxing needs to get it back to the top? Obviously, there's a lot of investment coming in from Netflix and Jake Paul, but what do you think it needs alongside the big fights and fighters like yourself? But what would you say needs to?
It needs someone like Jake Paul. It needs someone that's going to invest and, put a flag in the mark, and that's what he's done. And I think July 11th, you're going to see something special. It's a card in history. If that was all men, I think even Turkey would struggle to afford it. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But I feel like we got to push on from July 11th, and every female fighter on that card will make sure that it'll be a night that no one will forget, and the demand will be more.
If this was footballing terms, it'd be like the MVP scouts coming in, looking at the gym, and they're seeing a top striker.
Be like
yourself.
Palace winning the FA Cup.
Palace winning the FA Cup. They see a top striker like yourself, and see another one coming through in Caroline as well.
Yeah.
Do you think that Caroline might end up joining you as well?
Hey, you never know. She's a phenomenal talent, and I truly believe she'll be undisputed by early next year, definitely. So if that's where female boxing's going, Caroline will be leading it too.
Let's talk about the main event then. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, the trilogy. Who do you back to win? Can you say?
I said it every time. I said, I'm a big fan of both. I'm obviously under the banner of MVP, and Amanda's heavily involved. And again, Katie Taylor's someone that I've looked up to, and take boxing out of that. But as a person, she's so wholesome. So, I'm going to be, as I say every time, the fans are winning.
So there is another talking point when it comes to this fight for yourself, and that is, of course, you're saying that you're dedicating this fight to the passing of your dear friend Georgia O'Connor. How is it kind of been handling that loss and channeling that feeling into this fight? It's
been hard. I can't sit here and say it hasn't. It's been very hard. This camp's been very hard for that reason. But again, it's given me more drive. It's given me a more purpose. And, we made a promise before she passed. And, I say July 11th, yes, we're all on that card. We're all females. But I'll be making sure that she'll be a name that when you leave that venue, you'll remember. So, yeah, it's so much more than myself on July 11th. And I'll be making sure Georgia's part of that. And I know she'll be front row looking in for sure.
Part of your background, of course, is your strong belief in your faith. Has that been something that's been able to keep you, I guess, focused, but also kind of strong-willed in amongst, obviously, the loss?
Oh, 100%. I can stand here and say it's probably the only reason I am standing and I'm smiling. It's generally a testament to my faith, and I thank God for that every day. In life, you have your ups and you have your downs, and you got to understand that your foundation is your faith. And yeah, I've clung into that, and I thank God for pulling me through this. And again, we're nearly there. We're 3 weeks out, and July the 11th will be so much bigger than what it is.
Ellie, I'll leave the final word with you. What happens in your fight with Mercado?
I've become one step closer to undisputed.
Ellie, looking forward to it. Thanks for being the second.
Appreciate you. Thank you.